Yes, you can start.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Hello. Very good afternoon to you all. We are the members of Group A. I'm Aishwarya Mishra.
I'm Himanshi Tiwari.
I'm Kanika.
I'm
and we
Smita
all
Mishra.
and we all are here to deliver a presentation on the topic Basic Introduction to HRM. In this presentation, we are going to talk about from what is HRM to its objectives, nature, scope, functions, and the way HRM is changing and how it is evolving, along with the process of recruitment and selection. So let's begin our journey of knowledgeful ride and slides. So moving on to our first slide, which is what is HRM? Yes, what is HRM actually? H means humans like we, the people. R means resources which are needed to produce something like material, money, machines. M, management, the process of managing them. But now the question arises, what are human resources? They could be manpower, set of skills, talent, labor, or simply people. As we can see in this slide, definition of HRM is already given. HRM is the management of human resources, and human resources is the set of individuals who make up the workforce of an organization, business sector, or an economy. So basically, the HRM is practice of recruiting, hiring, deploying, and managing an organization's employees. Let's take an example. Suppose you are the owner of a business and you want to make sure that all the resources and workforce should be utilized properly. And you also want to satisfy all your customers and employees' needs and requirements too. So what you're going to do this? How you are going to achieve this? That's exactly where HRM is needed. And that's what NHR do. To utilize all the resources effectively and efficiently to satisfy all the customers' needs, we need NHR. Now, moving on to our next slide, which has the title Art of Getting Work Done Through Others. Yes, it actually is. It's an art to know how to utilize all your workforce and resources skillfully. And that's what HRM is for. Now, moving on to our next slide. As Mr. Adi Godrej, the chairman of Godrej Group, says, all corporate strengths are dependent on people. So, in short, HRM is all about people. As our first definition says, it's an art of getting work done through people. So, basically, HRM is the process of employing people, training them, compensating them, developing policies for their welfare, developing strategies to retain them. That's what HRM is all about. Now, moving on to our most important slide, that is objectives of HRM. You must be wondering, what an HR actually do for people? How does it work? What are its objectives? Objective means principles or goals. So here we have divided these objectives into four major categories, which includes personal objectives, functional objectives, organizational objectives, and societal objectives. Now talking about personal objectives. What are they? Personal means individuals. They could be your to assist employee in achieving their personal goals, or it could be their overall career development, higher wages, incentives, job satisfaction, better working conditions, standard working hours, promotion, recognition, welfare facilities, social security, and so on. The list is really long. Now, moving on to functional objectives. They act as guidelines to keep HR functioning properly within the organization as a whole, as a unit, to make sure all resources are being allocated to their full potential. Now, the organizational objectives. That stands for the aim of that organization, how it works, at what ideology that organization actually based. like acquiring right man for the right job at right time by providing him right kind of training. That is an example of organizational objective. Now, the societal objective to encourage value system and to create an environment of trust among all employees. It is really important. HRM is socially responsible for needs, demands, and challenges of society. HRM must see that legal, ethical, and social environmental issues are properly being addressed to. Issues like equal opportunities and equal pay, to all should never be violated. Thank you. Now I would like to call Himanshi Tiwari for the further presentation.
Now, I'm moving to our next slide, which is about the functions and nature of human resource management. And the functions of human resource management mainly are human resource planning, organizing, directing, controlling, and the last one is recruitment and selection. Now, I'm moving to our next slide to explain these functions. And the first function is about human resource and manpower planning. It is a process by which organization identifies the number of job vacant, as research is the important part of this function. Next one is recruitment, selection, and placement of personals. Now, recruitment is the process of preparing advertisements on the basis of information collected from job analysis and publishing it in newspaper. And selection is the process of choosing the best candidates among the candidates applied for the job. Now, moving on the next function, training and development of employees, as training is provided to both new and existing employees to improve their performance as they give their best to the organization. Now, moving on, next function, appraisal of performance of employees. As human resource professionals are required to perform these functions to ensure that performance of employees is at acceptable level. Now, the next function is taking corrective steps to transfer from one job to another, as promotions and transfers are decided on the basis of employees' performance appraisal. Now, the next function is social security and welfare of employees, as human resources management have to follow certain health and safety regulations for the benefit of employees. Now, the last but not the least, developing and maintaining motivations for workers by providing incentives. Human resource management tries to keep employees motivated so that employees put their maximum effort in their work. Now, I'm moving to our next slide to explain the nature of human resource management. And the nature is about management discipline. Human resource management is a part of management discipline, as it is not a discipline in itself, but is only a field of study. Now, moving to the next nature is about universal existence. Human resource management is pervasive in nature, as it is present in all enterprises. Now, the next is about action-oriented. Human resource management mainly focuses our attention on action rather than on record keeping. Now, the next one is development-oriented. Human resource management intends to develop the full potential of employees. Now, the next one is integrating mechanism. Human resource management tries to build maintain a cordial relationship between people working at different levels in the organization. Now, the last but not the least, directed towards achievements of objectives. Human resource management is directed towards achievements of organizational objectives by providing tools and techniques of managing in the organization effectively. Thank you. Now, I would like to call Kanika for our next slide.
Now, I would like to talk about our next topic is the scope of human resource management. So, the first planning means that right people at right time at right place means that I employee have more knowledge about marketing management or he or she is appointed as a financial management. So maybe she or he could not give their best in compare of marketing management. So employee have to join those departments in which is recruitment and selection. After planning, organization create pool campus and hire best candidates. And in this process, manager look for a career-oriented person. Organization hire those employees who give their best towards the organization. Now, third one is training and development. After hiring people, organization provide training to those people who is selected or hired and recruitment process. The training is related to job, firm and culture. Now, next one is performance appraisal means that in this step evaluate employee's performance and give him or her feedback like promotion and appreciate those employee and award. Now, last one is employee motivation. Means that after analyzing employee appraisal, manager motivate those employees who is not doing their work efficiently and effectively. Now, I would like to move on our next slide. This one is signification of human resource management. So first one is effective utilization of human resource means that to motivate them and to change their attitude towards the work and organization. Like employees have negative attitude and this negative attitude is converting into a positive attitude by motivating them. Now, second one is to ensure proper recruitment and to retain the personnel in the organization so that the right people are available. Like recruitment is done through human resource management. So, in recruitment, select right people and also select more people who is treated as a human capital. Now, I would like to move on our next slide, the changing environment in human resource. You can see in this slide that there is a five factor of changing environment in human resource management. So first one is workforce diversity. Second one is economic and technology. Third one is globalization. Fourth one is organization restructuring. And fifth one is changing skill requirement. So first one is workforce diversity has been defined as any attribute or character that human is like to use tell themselves. And the second one is economic and technology change. The change in economic means that occupation shift project or growth and decline in the job, the economic and employee shift currently occurring. The change in technology means that the increasing in the technology job is due to the rapid increase in the use of information technology, such as database system design, analyzing, and organization use different softwares. Now, third one is globalization. We know very well about LPG means that liberalization, globalization, and privatization. One of that is globalization as a part of new economic policy in 1991. Globalization is the Indian economy that has been growing tendency of business firms to extend their sale and manufacturing of a new market growth. And the second one is organization restructuring. Organization restructuring is used to make the organization competitive. There are so many mergers like bank and telecommunication. Now, last but not the least is changing skill requirement. This one is related to the nature of job. When there is change in job pattern, at the same time the requirement of labor skill and employee skill, like change in information technology. That's all for today. Now I would like to call Smita Mishra for our next slide.
Now I'm moving to our next slide. In this slide, I'm talking about HRM scenario in India. The question is, what are the HRM scenario? The HRM in India could be footprint back in the period after 1920, when emphasis was on worker welfare. In 1931, the Rural Commission on Labor suggested the appointment of the labor officer to protect workers' interests. Now I'm presented to all new factor of HRM scenario in India. There are a 5 factor of HRM scenario. The first one is uh, workforce diversity, and second one is the economics and technological changes, and third one is globalization, and fourth one is the changing nature of the work, and fifth one is the organization structure. Now I'm explaining to all factor. The first one is workforce diversity. It means to understanding that each individual is unique and recognizing our individual differences. These can be along that dimensions of race, socioeconomic status, age group, physical attitudes, beliefs, and more ideologies. The second one is economics and technological changes. The technological changes is the part of economics, the process of competitions and a drive to find better. It's more efficient way to produce goods and provide services, to lead business to take advantage of every new technology. Along with the time, the server economics, the technological changes have the occurred that the altered employment and the occupational pattern. The third one is the globalization. The new economic policy 1991 has, among things, globalized the Indian economy. Has been growing tendency among business firms to extend their sales and manufacturing to new market abroad. The globalization is the process of interaction and integration among two people, to- like companies and government worldwide. The next one is the fourth one is changing nature of the work. Along with the changes in the technology and globalization, the nature of job and work also change. For example, technological changes like introductions of fax machine, informational technology, and personal computer have allowed to companies are relocate operation to location with the lower wages. And fifth one is the last but not the least, organization structure. Organization structure is the way of which a company organization is organized, including the types of relationship that exist between the director, manager, and the employee. Now I am moving to our next slide. The next slide topic is the duties of HR manager. The question is, what are the duties of HR manager? A quality HR manager can help the organization in a great deal by the appointing correct resources for the current job position. A HR manager play as a vital role to achieve organization objectives. It's human resource that where work people who perform tasks and company's goal. Now let's learn about to all duties of HR manager. The first one is recruiting and hiring, and second one is the training and development, and third one is the competency development, fourth one is the performance management, and fifth one is the employee relationship. Now I'm explaining to all duties of HR manager. The first one is recruiting and hiring. It is the process of discovering sources of manpower and employing effective measure of the attracting that manpower is adequate number to facilitate the selection of an efficient working force in an organization. The second one is training and development. These processes help in enhancing and enable to capacities of people to build their strength and confidence in order for them to deliver more effectively. The third one is competency development. The competency is the cluster of related knowledge, skills, and attitude that affected a major part of one's job. It can be improved by the means of training and development. The fourth one is performance management. It's focused on improving the performance of the organization, employee, and the various other services. Now, the last one is the topic is employee relationship. This is the concept that works towards bettering the relationship among the employees as well as between the human employee and the management. Now it's ending of my presentation. I hope you all enjoyed.
That's the end of our presentation. We are very glad that we got our opportunity to say something in front of our whole class. So thank you so much, sir, for giving this opportunity. And thank you everyone for listening our presentation. We hope you enjoy it.
Thank you so much for having us here today. We, the members of Group A, sincerely thank all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. Uh, you people have presented about human resource management. It
Yes,
is
sir.
always
Yes, sir.
it is always a sort of management of human as a resource, and its management. And always it's people management. It is always people and people and people and beyond that. Everywhere people is there. In the beginning and in the end, everywhere people are there. Whatever you can say, nowadays HRM is a part of strategic management. In earlier days, it was just time office was there where personal department, or you can say time office, used to record the times of people coming and people out going outside. But nowadays, when environmental factors, they are affecting to great extent organization. Ultimately, its people are affected. So whatever, how to fight a war with others, and like several external factors like government policies and programs are there, political factor, or legal affairs are there, and you can say demographic profile is there, geological profile is there, level of technology. So many factors are there, and ultimately several multinationals, they are coming to India, and ultimately they are changing whole dynamics of the world, like multinational, transnational, and global corporations, they are coming. So ultimately they are not only bringing their technology, and they are bringing their culture. So you have to just know how to manage them. Suppose foreign expatriates, for people from, you can say, professional from others country, they are coming to your country. So you must know how to manage their culture, their behavior, and along with your people, like that. Okay, so it is always a sort of people's connect, know about them, their attitude or mindset, and usually it must be positive enough, because ultimately whatever outcome is there, it must be positive in terms of production, in terms of behavior, individual behavior, as well as you can say group behavior is there. So when you can say, for that or you can say out of box thinking, like innovations and creativity, it is all related with out of box thinking. Then you can say, when you have to break your own records, you have to break your own records like that. And for that, people, or you can say workforce, every organization, HR people, HR manager, HR GM must have a sort of you can say people's connect and motivated, dedicated, and inspired workforce like that. Okay, there shouldn't be any, you can say, problem on the part of people like that. It is the, you can say, boss's work and job how to sort out the problems of the people side, and whether they are at the shop floor, or you can say they are middle level, or you can say upper level. Usually you can say problems are faced by lower level management like officers, or superintendent, or they are interacting, they are taking job from the employee labor or workforce at the bottom of the pyramid. So ultimately, this lower levels management must be satisfied to great extent. Usually, they are thrashed by the top bosses, thrashed by the middle management, and thrashed by, equally thrashed by the workers and laborers like that. So ultimately, their morale and their compensation must be considerate enough, you can say, by the top bosses and like that, so that they can say their grievances, and so that they can communicate the problems of employee, problems of themselves to the top bosses. Like you people said that one thing is that workforce must be motivated to great extent, and positive mindset, positive attitude, because attitude is not a passive, it is not in middle, it is either positive or negative. And then it must be action oriented, like somebody among you said that it must be action oriented, and it must be its work, its presence must be felt by others, workforce like that. And sometimes yeah, you can say HR people are iconic figures, veterans, like I have worked with veterans and seniors, like so their ideology, their leadership qualities had a clear-cut impact on the workforce, and whatever middle level managers are there, lower level managers are there, like that. Or newcomers may be there, like when you are going to join some organization, professional organization, like it may be multinational corporations, maybe, so their work culture and the way they talk, the way they attire, the way they work, and they are thinking like that. So whatever things are there, corporate culture, company's culture, HR culture, and it must be superb enough like that. And the workforce need not to cry for a smaller things like that. You must be fabulous, you must be benevolent, you must be, you can say, enough, and always ready to give them whatever pretty things are there. So naturally, outcome will be better and better, because HRM philosophy is totally different nowadays. If you just compare from from history years, yes, you can say some organizations in India in those days, if you talk 5 decades, 6 decades back, they were pioneer, and still they are pioneer. And it has, you can say, because of multinationals arrivals, transnational arrivals, and others are too changing themselves in terms of behaviors and their relations with the employees like that. Like you people commented that it is a sort of integrated concept. Like HRM shouldn't be seen in terms of isolation, and it is to be linked. It is related with finance, marketing, production, purchase, R&D, and like that. Okay, because nothing can be seen in terms of disintegration. It is a part of integrated concept. Like everywhere, you have to give trained people, motivated people to each and every department. Whether marketing is there, purchase is there, production is there. The right type of people, right, with the right mindset, I tell you, mindset, it matters. Suppose somebody is being appointed in marketing and somewhere quite far away places, but he has no mindset like that. And he's suffering from nostalgia. So what will be there? So for that, I tell you, I remember one thing. Sometimes your spouse, like most of them were pretty lady friends were there, but I heard, and you can say from my boss like that. So both Mr. and Mrs. Mishra, PK Mishra Sahab, was interviewed by the top bosses, and President HR came into picture along with his wife, and she was Mrs. President was you can say interacting with wife of Mrs. Mishra. And ultimately, she asked some basic question: how you will manage your family when Mishra Saab will be out of the country, out of the town, like that. Oh, Baba, he just you can say just man, you can say have admissions of my ward siblings like that, and take away, Mishra ji, take away Mishra ji. It's okay. And ultimately, if Mrs. Mishra had created a problem, or you can say, or criticizing his, you can say, her husband like that, okay, so it may have a certain problem for his inductance and problems in the organization. So, my dear, again, sometimes a spouse interviews are being conducted. Like suppose you are you may be as a, you can say, partner of somebody else, and sometimes your husband may be asked that how you will manage. Suppose you are out of the city, out of the country, and he may be the out of the country. So mind you, such type of problems of coincidence you may face in coming years. I remember from my boss side, his experience or her experience like that. Then you can say it is like again I tell you, it is always people's connect. It is always people's participation. People's participation. And you can say one thing more. I tell you, entrepreneurship, entrepreneurial, like qualities of entrepreneurship, they must be inculcated. They must be implicit in a, you can say, persona of people like that. So it is known as an entrepreneur, so risk-taking capacity, leadership, or you can say, and dedicated, motivated, and like that. Okay, and then one thing more, I like people, organizations are big success or big failure because of ambience. If ambience is better, peoples are better, you can say certainly their behavior will be somewhat better. If it is ambience is not better, I tell you, problems may be there. And pretty, you can say you are just bosses are just fighting with far smaller things are like that, okay, tea and coffee and like that, okay. What you can say, just put a machine or a coffee machine, a coffee percolator and like that. Frequently, or suppose or you can say some your friends and relatives and coming, have a coffee, have a tea like that. Right? So it has a sort of magical impact on the working of the people. Yes, just go back. Recruitment and selection. You talked about, go back and your slide. Recruitment, like you talked about recruitment and selection hiring, like you have you can say narrated about training and development. Again, training and development is very important nowadays. Like people must be trained according to your needs and requirements are there. So certainly it is a pretty very important field, and nowadays a developed field is there. Whatever there, you can say persona is there, whatever mindset is there. It is being changed overnight when people are, you can say, interacting with, you can say, good people, veterans and experienced people, and top-notch leaders are there. So certainly they will change their behavior, I'm sure. like that. Another one, competency development. Like again, I guess a core competency. Everybody is different. Everybody is different by like you can say attitude, mindset, innovative, creative techniques are there. So ultimately, competencies must be developed of the people. Another, and it's they must be developed. Like when you are joining an organization, top-notch organization, you may be joining Larsen Tubro, you may be joining Godrej, you may be joining Tata's, and you can say ITC like that. Okay, Thermex being there. So you can say you are developed. They are developing. You are being, you can say, going to for training for 1 week, 2 weeks, or fortnight or 1 month, like based in Bombay, staying in 5-star hotels like that. Okay. So ultimately, whatever you can say, rich legacies are there, you are just rich. Behavior is there of the seniors, and you are learning from others, sometimes online, sometimes offline. People are coming, people are joining and sharing their experiences with people. I tell you. So ultimately, my dear, ultimately, I tell you, it is the pretty job of HR people, human resource management, human as a resource and its manager. And HR is a custodian of talent. Mind you, again, not down anything anywhere. HR is custodian of talent like that. And there is only resource in the world, that is human beings are there, people are there, they are only resource, and rest is, you can say, or you can say man, machine, matter like that. Okay, only man is there, then human resource. Then you talk ambience of the culture like that, management of a workforce, like the workforce, a dedicated workforce. Like I had quoted about, you can say, I remember that in my childhood days or youth days, I remember Rusi Modi from Tisco, and he was really, he was a great veteran of this in Indian industry. People, or you can say workforce, used to love him, and you can say, and he was knowing either first name or last name of each and every person in the, you can say, workforce. 10,000 people were working at that time. It was not just a joke, actually. It was his sheer hard work, or you can say bonhomie, social bonhomie, or you can say humane bonhomie was there, cultural bonhomie was there. So ultimately, he was winner, and you can say workforce was winner, because we both were working in you can say in one direction. Right? Another one, it is a sort of management of workforce diversity. Workforce diversity, like people from, like in case of India itself, people are coming from Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Orissa, and Andhra, and Bengaluru, and like Northeast, like that. So you can say you are managing. It is pretty tough job to manage a diversity in the culture. And again, when people are coming from outside, sometimes coming from Korea, sometimes coming from Suzuki or Japan, or you can say Americans, or you can say, and from European Union. So various countries are. So you have to now, coming years, challenges are ahead. How to manage them? How to manage? You can say at the top level, actually. So their requirements may be there, because they are coming with a new mindset, a new technology, new ideas may be there. Another one, because of globalization, HR is changing. HR is changing because nowadays younger generation is going outside, and you can say America, Europe, Southeast Asia, Australia, like that. Okay, and along with that, people from outer world, they are coming to India. So just it is a sort of cultural bonhomie, cultural assimilation. Cultural assimilation may be there, and so you can say when you can say our people, our boys and girls, or you can say sons and daughters, they are coming back to the country. Certainly, they are bringing their new culture of working, professional culture. And another one, You talked about organizational restructuring, economic and technological change. Like again, economic change, they are coming, technological change, they are coming. To, as per requirement or as per globalizational requirement is there, global requirement is there. Certainly, you have to restructure your organization as per dynamic needs of the organization, because external environmental factors again and again constantly they are, you can say, just um, mm, just you can say affecting your operations, and accordingly your internal environmental factor, it's again I'm telling people, only people, they are either worker, they are they are employees, or they are officers, or they are superintendent, their management is their GM, president, vice president, director, and you can say chairman. They are all people. They are all people. They started journey from the top, bottom of the pyramid, race to the excellence of at the top. Once my student said that, commented like that, it is very easy to reach at the top, but very difficult to stay at the top. For that, you have to nurture, you have to groom, you have to develop talent, and people, and people, and people. Any question?